Oh, and for those of you at home, we're on, I don't know if you know this, we're on Periscope,
Awesome.
We're on Meerkat, we're on Google Live, and we're on YouTube Live. And afterwards, all this stuff is on YouTube, and then eventually we're going to edit the interviews down and have all.
Oh, that's so funny.
So you're on everything.
Neato.
That's great.
We don't do a lot of
on
production on it, though, so just so you know.
They need to, like, tag us on it so we can, like, retweet it and stuff.
That would be me, yes.
Yeah, you tag me and I'll retweet
I will. I will.
My shirt is inside out this entire time.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's okay.
It currently is right now. I just
Do you want to take it off and change like
when
I did?
When you did that, was disastrous.
Yeah.
People were crying. Yeah.
People went blind.
Yeah.
I took it off, and yeah, it looked like a butt flopped out in the front.
Not.
It was my stomach. Yeah, it was really gross.
It was charming.
It was charming, hardly.
It's
all right.
blindingly white.
Yes,
so
that's all right. Yeah, we might want to turn the lights down.
It's my library tan.
Oh, nice. So we're going to do this as a combination.
Okay.
All right? Cool with that?
Combo.
You guys don't know each other, though, right?
No, but we just met, and now we're
You
best
do
friends.
know. Yes,
Yeah.
BFF. All right. So let's start. Is my drink getting made, please? Yes. All right. Welcome to Live at the Blue Box. It is now time for Input Junkie. You guys don't know what that is. It's one of our shows where this has nothing to do with that show. We have a thing called Input Junkie Satellite where we do interviews. And we like to interview artists and writers and actors and musicians and et al. And you're et al. Because you guys kind of do everything.
It's true.
So with me tonight, we have, let's start with you.
Hi, I'm Vicki Eisenstein.
Hi, Vicki. Vicki is, let's hear it for her.
Little Val.
That was Bill that started the applause. He didn't
Bill.
applaud when I said my name, though. So thanks, Bill. And Vicki, before we get to you, Vicki, you are a comedian. You're an improviser.
I'm a comedian. I'm an improviser. I'm a filmmaker. I do a bunch of stuff on YouTube. I'm a writer. I recently, am I on? Am I
You're
hot?
on.
Am I hot?
Well, you know.
Do you hear me?
There we go.
Great. Awesome. Nice to be here with you all.
Do you want to start that again so people can hear?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So with me is.
I'm Vicki Eisenstein. I am. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. I just want to thank all of you, the agent that I don't have. I'd like to thank the manager I also don't have. Anyway, so yeah, no, I'm an actor. I'm an improviser. I'm a comedian of sorts. I do some stand-up. That's cool. Mainly, I'm focusing on YouTube right now. So I've got a channel that.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm filming stuff for. I used to be a D-list celebrity in Korea. That was fun. South Korea, not North Korea. The good one. Woo! And let's see, anything else? Yeah, I write stuff too. I recently wrote a TV pilot. I'm working on like pitching the agents and stuff. So it's fun.
So you got nothing going on. All right. And next to you is our other special guest.
Orion Cooling.
Hi, Orion.
Hi.
Let's hear it for him.
Thank you. Yay.
And Orion, what do you do?
Oh my goodness, a lot. I guess do a lot of things. I have a company, and it's not for profit. And the main thrust of my not for profit is we work with marginalized communities, including homeschoolers and people with special needs. So that's cool. We teach and we do gigantic shows. We actually have a show in Schaumburg right now, which is not too far from where we are here in Elgin. Another show in Tenley Park. So we provide atmosphere and environments for people with different ability levels to do great theater. That's one thing that I do. We also have a professional wing, which we do some really cool shows. We try to do shows that have adventure-based themes usually. So we did last year, it was a very popular show called Max Sith, which was Macbeth and Star Wars squished together. I
like everything you just said.
It came out really nice. We sold it out for 6 weeks straight. And then we this year we did Holmes versus Holmes, which was yeah, thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Which is what happens if Sherlock Holmes was brought in to hunt down H.H. Holmes, and that came out really well as well. I was really happy with that.
Bill Daniels wrote that one.
He sure did. He's an amazing playwright.
It was great, and I didn't know it. I saw it, and he was the lead in it. And I thought, man, this guy's really good. And then it was after I'd filmed it for you, and I'm looking at the thing, and I'm like, wait a minute, he wrote this too. What a talented guy.
Well, tangential. I had to literally put his arm into an arm lock to get him to take that part.
Really?
He auditioned a lot of people, and he was in the audition process. He's the writer, right? And he kept being opposite of all these young ladies and reading this part. I'm like, and he was so good. And I'm like, Bill, You got to do this role. He's like, I don't like, being in my own shows. That's weird. I'm like, dude, just tell everybody that I made you do it. So it's not a vanity project. Like I forced you with a lightsaber or something, So speaking of lightsabers, I also teach stage combat across the nation. I just came back from Texas last week, teaching down there. So I teach. I'm a certified instructor for Dueling Arts International, teaching stage combat, and I do a lot of geek weaponry. Favorite thing to teach a wand as small sword. We teach Bartitz, Sherlock Holmes, and then we also teach things like quarterstaff, small sword, rapier, dagger, knife, hand to hand, all that kind of good stuff, broadsword. And I'm also a stuntman. I do stunt work around the nation. I used to live in China, not Korea, so South China, not North China. So that's good.
I lived in Beijing for a while,
did
so
you?
I was
Nice.
more north.
Oh yeah, so we can still be friends. That's cool.
I think we can.
Yeah, I like that. So I was a cowboy out there doing a stunt show for a live show for a while. That was fun. And I just finished doing last year. I was doing some work for a possible upcoming Sci-Fi Channel show. It's a stuntman. We'll see if it gets picked up or not. I was really jazzed about it because I had the main protagonist. It was an action adventure miniseries with sci-fi fantasy elements, and the main protagonists were gay, and I was really jazzed about that. I thought that was a really cool, bold new thing. So I dug that. What else do I do?
I've watched Sci-Fi Channel. That would have to be crap to not make it. So
right.
I think you're good.
Yeah. Angela, is there anything else I forgot? Oh yeah, and then we run Whitney Center Entertainment, which is a cosplay group that does character performances for big corporate parties. I got to be Bumblebee like a couple weeks ago in a big Transformer costume, and that was awesome because I was 12 feet tall, and I'm not normally 12 feet tall. I was normally I'm a Hobbit, and I got to be a Transformer, and it was so much fun. And I think that's kind of what else, is that all that I do?
Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks.
Yeah,
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I also write plays, and I'm working on a new musical right now. I'm working on 2 new musicals right now. I'm working on this one I'm really sad about the WASP, the Women Air Force Service Pilots in World War II. So just started working on that, and that's gonna be coming out in a year or two. It's gonna be a jazz musical, and I just started working on a musical like this weekend about dealing with having Down syndrome, and it's gonna be a really cool show. So, yeah, cool. I think that's enough for right now. Yeah.
Well, no, there's one more thing. We're eventually going to be collaborating, Southgate Media Group and Edge.
Yeah.
We can't say what it is.
No, it's
but we have a Christmas show we're working on.
It's going to be so good.
And we got a part for you.
Should be fantastic.
Should be fantastic.
I agree.
So yeah, coming soon, something crazy.
I can do everything except dance.
Oh, sweet. This does not involve dancing, but there is one backflip. Yeah. You can backflip off a table, though, so we're fine. Yeah. Right? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
So, all right, Vicky.
Back to the drawing board in that part.
Let's talk to you. So, I'm going to focus on you for a minute here.
Sure.
I've watched some of your YouTube stuff. Now, the way we know each other, we'll kind of go from that standpoint first.
Sure.
The way we know each other is, my friend Blair. Blair is one of the podcasters in our network. She does all sorts of stuff for us. And she sent me a thing on Facebook and said, hey, do you know my friend Vicky? You should totally be friends. So we friended each other on Facebook. And this is the first time we're meeting in person.
How long have we been friends on Facebook?
Like a year or something. And it's funny because I just, whenever if Blair says, make friends with the person, oh, okay, sure. And then I don't think about it. But I kept seeing your stuff and I was noticing a lot of, you didn't post a lot about your YouTube stuff. You were posting stuff about shows you were in or just things I thought were funny. And I thought, oh, she's pretty talented. I like what I'm seeing here. And then I went to, we have a YouTube channel that we just started, and it's mainly, right now I'm taking our podcasts and I'm putting them up there. Okay, so it's pretty stagnant.
Yeah.
And then I take this. William right there edits it down. Look at that dynamo. Can you believe this guy? He edits it down.
He's like a shark in a hoodie.
Makes This Week in Geek, the first show we did, into a YouTube show. So I'm exploring YouTube and everything, and your name popped up on one of my things. And I went,
a recommended video?
Yeah, and I went, wait a minute, I know Vicky. So I clicked on it, and then I fell into the rabbit hole known as Vicky's YouTube station. It's great.
True. People get lost there for hours.
It is. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. If you're a YouTuber at all, if you like going to YouTube, it's really fun. I
didn't necessarily start out wanting to be a YouTuber. I just wanted someplace to keep an acting reel, basically.
Right. That's what I thought when I watched it. I thought she's not like pushing this as a YouTuber.
I wasn't. And then I just kind of got seduced by YouTube. I don't know. I started with doing sketches, basically comedy sketches. And then I got into a little bit of satire. So I do a show called The Lunch Crunch, which is a bit like The Daily Show or Weekend Update, a bunch of just set up and punch based on the news. And then I also do an interview show, kind of like this one, but less of a nice setup. And that one's called The Eisenstein Effect. So I started doing that. And then, you know, I made all these friends through YouTube. It's kind of like a crazy community. And they were just like, hey, why don't you do vlogs and stuff? So I started doing that.
And actually, that's what got me was the Eisenstein Effect. I watched a couple of those, and I liked that. It was your vlogs where I was like, I fell in love with it because I just kept watching them. Like, you were actually like naturally funny. It was entertaining because a lot of times YouTube, there's kind of a language to it. Case in point, PewDiePie. I know he's hugely popular. I can't stand it.
I'm not
you watch
the biggest fan
PewDiePie?
either.
I know, no.
You know who it is?
Yeah,
you know who he is.
Yeah.
Does anyone know who PewDiePie is? You do. Look at, I got an oh god from, he spoke. Jacob said it's the worst.
Well, was he from Sweden?
He's from
Norway?
He's from Sweden and then Germany and then the US. But it's just that like mugging to the camera and
well, a lot of the people who become YouTube famous don't have a background in performance, so they don't necessarily know how to do more than like their typical gags that get them.
Yeah, that jokey.
You know?
And I can't stand it.
I understand.
You know, and that's why I really liked what I saw on your station, and the vlog was great.
Well, thank you.
I just really enjoyed it.
Right before we came into the show tonight, I had not met you before. I was referred to you by Ryan Bond a couple times, and I was like, she seems cool. I saw the pictures, like, oh, she seems way classier than me. Quick to YouTube, and I watched YouTube. I'm like, she is talented. She's classy and talented. Damn it.
Wait, what makes me seem classy?
Well, because the first thing, your production shots.
Is that why you texted and said
Oh.
you weren't coming tonight, Orion?
Yeah, I was like, I'm out. Classic
There's a
talented.
blizzard. I
handle.
can't come.
Yeah, I can't come. I summoned the snow.
Well, it's good to know that you're not going to be a stalker.
No.
Yeah.
No, I watched your stand-up bit. It was very fun.
Oh,
so
thank
yeah,
you.
I was like, yeah. Oh crap, she's gonna be more charming than me. Oh no.
But you actually,
Impossible, Orion.
you're very charming.
thanks.
You are
Oh,
very
you.
charming.
I'll buy
but
your
you
coffee.
pulled a photo of me from when I did a magazine photo shoot back in Korea, actually.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
You know
I was
what?
like, I hadn't seen that photo in forever.
Well, all I did was I went to Google and I just typed in your name. And the reason I chose that one is it matched the one I found of Orion, which he probably didn't like me using either.
So,
And I didn't care.
Yeah.
I just thought the two of them looked good together.
I thought it was cool.
It's funny. A lot of people were like, what a cool setup. How'd you get that shot? I didn't. I just stole two images and mushed them together.
Now we're going on tour next year.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler.
It's mostly like her comedy and me sword fighting. It's gonna be fantastic.
I would watch that.
Yeah, it's
That
gonna be
would
great.
I think it's
awesome.
going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as she doesn't dance. I hear she's not very good.
You know what? Stage combat is dancing. I bet we give her a sword and she could rock it.
I bet you could.
Doing a stunt. I was in a stunt workshop type thing, and I broke my radius.
Well,
So-
was I your coordinator?
No, you
I
weren't.
wasn't. I'm just saying.
So now,
Oh.
Vicky, you're going to have to come out to Edge.
Yeah.
You know what you have to do? You have to do the Buffy one. He teaches
That's
Buffy
really fun.
the vampire.
We do.
See, how did I know?
Yeah.
It's so
How did I
crazy.
know?
It's so
Yeah.
crazy.
Geekstradamus
I
knows
have a
all.
question for you. Sorry.
Oh no.
How do you do like lightsaber training? If
Yeah.
I'm assuming you haven't actually built a real lightsaber.
Yeah. So plasma coils are the next thing for lightsabers. But they're gonna be great. The technology's out there. We almost have it. We have to reflect it back into its core for it to work. But that's not what we do. We use ultra sabers, and it's a mixture of broadsword and katana. And
Okay.
we don't do the wushu style of lightsaber because people can't track it, and why we do it for live audiences. And it's hard to track wushu lightsaber if for a live audience. It's just too many circles because wushu, the strike is hidden within the circle, so it doesn't tell a direct story. We use a much more direct approach, similar to what they did in Force Awakens, to tell our stories when we do Star Wars plays, when we do Star Wars live stunt shows. So that's what we do. So we train that.
That's cool.
It's super fun,
Yeah.
and the lightsabers are really cool. And then we all just geek out together. We have a lot of fun.
That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my friends who saw Mixed Sith and said, how cool is this? It's, Macbeth mixed with Star Wars. And they said, it's really cool and the costumes are great and everything. And then a lightsaber kicks on and it's game over. They said then the rest of the time we're just like, bring more lightsabers out here. They said it was just incredible.
That is awesome.
That was a fun show. We had everybody with that show was everybody who was a fighter was either a professional stunt person or professional motion capture person. And so the choreography was insane. It was insane. We had a lot of fun doing it.
That is really cool. Do you ever do like Renaissance fair type stuff?
Yeah, I used to work the Ren Fairs when I was a kid, like 19, 20 years old. It's a terrible job, but a wonderful environment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. You don't get paid very much to do it, but I was part of the Thieves Guild, and that was really fun because we were the only group at the Ren Fair that was allowed to be step out of. Yeah, that too. Yeah. Out of time, we could actually make modern references. We didn't have to be. We could be. You can't steal. That's what I found out. But well, what you can do. This is what we did. Our standard bit was we would get clothespins, wooden clothespins. And we're 19, 20 years old, and we're like rogues, and we'd write things like return this to the Thieves Guild for one kiss, and you sneak up to a pretty girl and you put it like on her purse strap, and then you would walk away, right? And that was our pickpockets. We had all these different phrases you would say, just pin them on people as you went. It was a lot of fun. And
so
then
you were kind of put-pocketing.
We were put-pocketing.
There you go.
Put-pocketing.
The opposite of Oliver's journey.
Please, sir, can I have some less?
Yeah. So maybe, I was a professional stalker.
It was when he followed him home that it got a little weird.
Yeah.
Actually, I did. Boy, we're gonna get all actory here. I did dinner theater at one point. It was improvised dinner theater. It was up in Minnesota, and I had the best part, like you. It was a gangster thing, so it was all like 1930s, and we all talk like this. Hey, Ma,
Right.
But I played Slim Barker, Ma Barker's son, and I had to wear a fat suit. I'm so giant that I put on the fat suit, and it was like, we got to take it out to make it fit on this guy without the pillow in it. It was awful. But the reason it was the best part, I got to go around and literally grab off of people's plates and eat their food.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. I mean, one night I ate like 10 desserts. I'm like, how can you be eating so much? It must be a gag. I'm like, it's not a gag. I'm a fat guy, and it's awesome. It was the best part ever.
I think my best bit was I would drop out of trees at people a lot. I just thought it amused me.
Right. That's how I was.
Right? So I would just
a couple of people went to the hospital, but you had fun.
I'm like, like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. My bit was I was drop out of a tree and land here, and that's all I had going for it. You're supposed to run away. You didn't run away. I don't know. Yeah.
So Vicky, I want to your background. Okay, so you do improvising.
Yeah.
Did you study? Did you study with Bill? Is that how you know Bill Russell? No. Okay, so you're talented and good then. No, I'm kidding. Bill's wonderful.
I just got what that was directed at. Oh, dear.
Bill and I were in a show together a long time ago. He was the director. Bill was up here. So I have nothing but good things to say about Bill except in public. I love Bill. So what's your background?
Well, my background, I was a very shy child. I was the person in class who every teacher conference, my mother would hear, she needs to talk during class. She doesn't raise her hand once. And so for me to actually learn how to have a conversation, I had to actually study foreign languages. So I took Latin in high school, never talked to a soul. And then I started taking Chinese in college, and they teach you like a script of how to make small talk, basically. And so I learned how to do small talk through that. And then it wasn't until, I majored in economics and China studies. So I didn't do anything theatrical. And then once I graduated, I ran off to Korea, and that's where I randomly ended up on a variety sort of talk show. And once I was
I'm sure there are a few steps.
Yeah, the jump is somewhere.
Great.
So then I graduated with my economics degree, and then I
ended up on a Korean talk show. And
that's basically what happened. So, no, I got off the plane.
Ironically, we had the same journey.
Yeah.
All right. No, I got off the plane and I was intending to both study Korean at Yonsei University, and I was also going to fund my way of study by teaching English. And so I get off the plane and I get into the car with the guy who owns the English Institute, because there's a bunch of little private institutes in Korea that usually hire foreigners to teach English. And so I'm sitting there with him and he's like, "Oh, Vicky, you went to Cornell." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "So you're smart." I'm like, "Is it a trap?" Yes. Yeah. And so he goes, "You're going to write our textbook series." And I was like, what?
What?
Yeah, I'm 22. Cool. So I'd be waking up at like 6 a.m. I'd go to the intensive language program at Yonsei University. Oh, I was an hour out of Seoul. I was at Ilsan. Ilsan actually was built about an hour north of Seoul as a barrier city. So in case North Korea attacks, they have to go through Ilsan first, and then they hit Seoul. So I was staying up there. And then so I'd come in for the morning. I'd be studying Korean until like 1 or so. And then I'd head back to Ilsan. And then I'd be writing in the Hagwon, in the English Institute, from about 3 p.m. till midnight, because they didn't have the laws yet. I think it was like 2 years after I got there that they had laws that restricted the hours of the English institutes, because they have educational fever is what they call it. So basically these places would be open until midnight. Students would be there after school studying, and then they'd be waking up at 6 a.m. the next day to go to school. It was crazy, and the kids were falling asleep. So yeah, I didn't really like the atmosphere there, and I was kind of like, I wasn't promised this when I signed up. So I filled out a form. I got recruited. They were kind of like looking at Yonsei University for pretty girls who spoke Korean. I'm not saying I'm pretty, but like they thought I was. So anyways, they approached me and then to be on the talk show, and then they had me interview, and they were like, so we hear that you hung out with Bianca, who was a pretty big star in that talk show. And I was like, yeah, we partied once. And so basically I gave all the dirt on Bianca to them, and they were like, yes, we want you on the show. So I sold out a friend and I got on a talk show.
Excellent.
And that's kids. How you do it?
Yep.
Excellent.
So yeah,
That's a good story.
My Chinese used to be fluent, is what I would have said, but now it's a little rusty. Why? Can we?
No, not unless you want to talk about cowboys and fart jokes, because that's pretty much all I've got.
Oh.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, you fit in right here, perfectly here.
What's a cowboy? Nyonan?
Let's hear some cowboy fart
and
jokes.
then, Sheriff was Schwag. Someone at Schwag. I forgot.
Are you trying to say Schweiger? Because that's
what I know.
Handsome
I'm not. That's
guy.
handsome. That's why it was called a lot there in China. It's weird. Yeah. That explains
Okay,
that.
there we go.
All right, that makes sense. Yeah.
All right.
No, it was really frustrating. I took Chinese lessons every other day when I was there. For the entire time I was there, I can remember nothing. I had flashcards when I was there. I was like, so they would say something to me, and I would kind of know what they meant. I'm like, I'd flip my flashcard and kind of like show like what I think they said, and they'd be like, yeah. I'm like, okay, sweet. And I'd find my next response on my flashcard, and that was like how I communicated in China with my flashcards.
Well, it's not like a Romance language. You have to put in so many hours of dedicated study just to get to the basic level. Yeah.
No, it's crazy, dude.
It is tough.
Yeah. But again, if you only know how to say "got you" in the butt and "who farted," then
I always learn where's the bathroom.
China very well.
Very applicable.
I just learned
to
where's the
modern life.
bathroom first. That's
a good one.
Don't es al baño.
That's not
That's
Chinese,
what I know.
though.
I know, but that's what I would use.
It's gonna get you far.
I use that everywhere.
Everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Mad TV sketch, K Ora S? They do basically a telenovela, but it is the only line that they have is K Ora S.
K or S.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then the answer is always Ocho. So it's like K Ora S. Ocho. Like just whatever they're doing.
Is that
Perfect.
still on? Oh,
I
it's
watch all
old
the clips
Mad
on
TV.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, on YouTube, because you're a YouTube star. I think we talked about
No,
that.
I watch it.
I used to watch Mad TV back when Will Sass, when those guys were on. There were some really
it was
amazing
great.
people on there.
Yeah. A lot of good stuff then.
Yeah, actually, a lot of them were from Minnesota. So when I was up there and I was like hanging around with the improv people a little bit, even though I was done, I was no longer doing any of that. None of that. They all like knew all of them.
Okay.
And they would like give me all the dirt on all of them. Can I sell them out? Let's do it.
Yeah.
No,
Then you can be on a TV show.
yes.
Neato.
Yes, they think I'm the pretty one. That's not going to happen. So yeah, you mentioned the other day.
Wait, so you're pretty and you speak Minnesotan. So that's what
in,
they're
in
looking
Minnesota, I am gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you tried
seen
approaching
Fargo?
Minnesota Public TV?
Huh?
Have you tried approaching Minnesota Public TV?
About what?
About being.
About you.
Yeah.
About
You could do that.
them
Up in
creating a
Minnesota.
vehicle for you to star in.
They're up in Minnesota. I'm here.
That's why we have the internet.
Yeah.
They don't
What's
know that.
this-
Listen, as far as Minnesota right now.
You know what, honey? I just need you to get into something comfortable,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna look.
Oh,
at
wait
the
a minute.
camera.
That I've been there before.
flannel
I'm like
pajamas.
Coco in what's that? Yeah, what's that movie? Not Flashdance. What's that movie with about the school that you used to love? The School for the Arts.
Schoolhouse Rock.
No, Remember the school in New York?
Space Camp.
No.
Uh,
I'm like, I'm taking my shirt off. I'm crying. I know what this shoot is. You guys ever
Yeah, you're doing good, baby.
Did you guys ever see Chris Elliott's show, Get a Life? Look it up on YouTube. I know you're familiar with it. There is one where he goes to beauty school to be a runway model, and he changes his name to Sparkles. And he finally gets hired on one job, and he gets there, and the guy's like, "Okay, take your shirt off," and he starts crying. I know what this shoot is. And it turns out he's supposed to be the before picture. I actually auditioned for one where I was supposed to be the before and after for a bald spot thing. I was like 20. I didn't have a bald spot, but what they were going to do is, I'm going to spoil it here. I had all this hair, and they're like, "Great, it looks great," and they were going to shave my head and make it look like I had a bald spot. They're like, you know, you just wear a hat for like 3 months.
Sure.
Fine. But I didn't get it.
I got paid one time to get. That was really great for me. Right.
I know, that was awesome. He's doing physical comedy up here.
Yeah,
that
was planned.
Telling Delarte right there. I got paid one time over at UIC to be part of an alcohol study where no control was like, and then drink vodka cranberry juice, and that was all you did for like 7 hours, and then watch the Fox and the Hound as your control video. And it was marvelous.
Wait, you got paid for that?
I got paid a fair amount of money, and then
I got paid to shave my legs once.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's pretty cool.
All right. Well, this is good.
No, I didn't get.
Sorry, I'm sorry to
No,
was that in Korea? That wasn't a filmed thing, was
yeah,
it?
I had a guy
I saw that
who
website.
Used
Very
to
weird.
He used to get me like little English jobs where I would tutor CEOs at like LG or wherever for like just like an hour as long as we sit down and have a conversation. And so anyway, so this guy one day calls me up and he's like, how about you shave your legs and I can get you paid? I was like, what? So he drove me about an hour and a half outside of Seoul to like a weird building that looked somewhat abandoned. And then I brought some gym shorts and I shaved my legs, and he said there were cameras in the room. I don't know. So I haven't told this story before, and it sounds really weird, but I got paid for shaving.
As you're telling it, it's getting weirder.
I have nothing that can top that. That's great.
You win.
Yeah, you did it.
You have one blue box tonight. Well done.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
Yeah, my funniest audition story, because I did commercials and stuff, so I came from that world. And my funniest one, there was a point when this was up in here. I did a lot of auditions, but up in Minnesota, I got really hot for a while. Two things happened. One, I was soaking up all this work and nobody knew me, so I was sitting in there in a room full of people, and two guys are sitting there grumbling. There's some jerk in town who's getting all who that guy was, and I'm sitting there going, I know who that guy is, because every commercial they named, I had just shot. But the funniest, and this one happened here. I go into this audition. Was getting a lot of auditions, a lot of work. I go into this audition, and I am one marshmallow in the cocoa, if you know what I mean. It was a room full of black guys and me, and I'm like, I think I'm in the wrong place. So I call my agent. I'm like, what is this? And she goes, they wanted you. And I said, why? I mean, it was like really, and she goes, if there's one guy who's going to get this, it's you. And I'm sitting in this, you mean, and it was like that scene in Animal House. Like when I walked in, everything went silent. Yeah. You mind if we dance with your date? I'm like, ah. And the one guy, I swear to God, I'm just sitting there, I'm scared to death, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what is going on? Not because they're black guys, I don't care about that. Because I'm like, what is this? And the one guy looks at me and he goes, you're going to get this damn thing, and a brother should really get this thing, and you're going to get it. I'm like, I'm not going to get it, I swear to you. I didn't get it.
I'm curious what the product was now.
You know what? It was like McDonald's. So it was like it could be anybody, but they were obviously shooting with African Americans.
Yeah.
And me.
Huh.
It's like the weirdest thing, man.
I guess my weird audition.
I didn't shave anything.
No. I was auditioning for Dracula one time in college, and it was me and a whole bunch of male models. And I was like, they were all like for real, like GQ, Abercrombie guys, right? That's their job, right?
And
And they're all like,
and
they're all like, when are we going back to the Shire? And I came in there, and they're like, and there's really pretty, and then he's really pretty. He's like 6 foot 100, and he's really pretty, and oh, the muscles, oh God, oh, the muscles, right? And then they got to the part, they're like, okay, so now we want you to pretend like you're biting that girl. I'm like, I can do this. I have trained. Rawr. And I decided I would do it like a wolf. I thought that'd be cool, right? It was like a monster, right? Not pretty. And apparently that was what they were going for because it was scarier. All the rest of guys were concerned about being pretty and Dracula being pretty. I'm like, but this was...
They'd all seen that Frank Langella film.
Right. And so I was like, but he should be terrifying. So that's what I went for. And I got the part. So I bit someone for a part. So that's,
nice.
That's really cool. Yeah.
They were videotaping at the time in a abandoned house in North Korea when I did it.
They said there were cameras there.
They said there were. Yeah. It's on the internet somewhere.
Bill, you got a story like that? I bet you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a Bill story, but we'll save that one for later. So let's see. Orion. Here's how I know Orion. Molly.
Hi, Molly.
Who everybody in the room knows pretty much, except you. Molly is my daughter. She's just 9, and she wanted to be an actress, and we looked around for places for her to take classes, and I'm telling you, everything I saw sucked. I'm real specific about it. I didn't want it to be, something garbagey. And Martha, my wife, found Edge, and I'm looking at their stuff, and I'm like, this is great. She goes, it's great, isn't it? It's exactly what you want. And it was great. And we took her there, and we knew they're going to teach acting. It's cool. It's awesome. That's how I met Orion. Yeah. And then we had a conversation in the hallway and went, I think we just became BFFs. And we started building bunk beds. We did. And we're doing activities together.
I'm excited.
And
you should see our blanket forts are out
it's
of the
awesome.
world, man.
It's off the chain.
Yeah.
It's a modern bromance.
And then he met Chris, and now there's the 3 of us.
Yes.
It's getting a little tight, but we're doing it.
Yep.
So that's how we know each other. And Orion's sensibility towards all this stuff is just something that I love what he's doing. Like, Molly was in the 3 Musketeers, but she got to play D'Artagnan. So, like, you're big on, like, breaking the gender barrier.
It's really important to me that in Edge, I don't care what gender you walked in with, is can you play the part? So... I
mean, obviously, there are going to be parts that, that's probably a woman, or that's probably a guy.
The thing is that,
most
again, the
parts
personal
aren't.
pronoun might be that, but I don't care who you are when you're playing that.
Right.
I used to cast a lot of young women in these male-dominant roles because I think that was important, that they get to be... most theater, most literature is written for men. And that's, of course, very inconvenient if you're a young lady. You don't get to play the heroes. You don't get to play the warriors. You don't get to play the wise ones, right? You play the damsels. You play the ingenues. And so it used to be just casting young women to go play these roles. And then we started writing our own plays, making sure that they were very strong, fully run female roles in the plays. And then last year we started putting men into women's roles and women into men's roles and just throwing it all out the window. In fact, Kevin, who's in the audience,
right here.
I threw Kevin into a girl role last year because it was a role that he's an actor I thought he would do well at. And to me, again, it doesn't matter.
Well, isn't that the whole point?
Yeah, just go do.
Being an actor, isn't that the point?
You're not playing you, so why do I don't care.
Well, it used to be. I mean, like in Shakespeare's day, the men played the women.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole thing. The women weren't allowed to, but still, the men played the women. It's perfectly acceptable when women playing men roles. It doesn't matter.
Well, I am a feminist, and I have no problem saying that. And I've got friends of mine who challenge me on that. But the fact of the matter is that unless we actively try to change things, it's going to stay the same.
Right.
And so in my theater company, I try to say, from these kids who are 7 years old, 6 years old, all the way to my adults I work with, like, you should be allowed to play a role that challenges not just you, but society. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in a group called Improvised Jane Austen, and we're an all-female group that we do a full-length play in the style of Jane Austen that's fully improvised. And
I like the idea of that very much.
So much fun.
Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies next.
We just finished a run, and like one of the greatest things is that we can play men, we can play women, we can be anything, and it's hard too because it's like I think there's a lot of people who feel that they're very liberal and feel feel that like they use in their head, but you get in an improv scene with them and they'll still make you into the mother, the wife.
Yes. Yeah, every time. Yeah,
every single time.
Do you know on the mammal work, the all-girl stuff they do, all-girl Frankenstein, all-girl Dracula?
I don't know this.
It's phenomenal. They take it's just like I said, it's a full cast of women, adapted usually by their artistic director and then also several other young ladies, and they take these incredible works and they kind of reimagine these worlds, and it's all women on stage, and it's vibrant and electrifying. And I've got my dude friends who are like, oh, so I can't be in that. I can't be in Babes with Blades. I can't be. I'm like, dude, you're gonna be okay. There's 1,000 other places that you can act.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay to channel.
Right.
Yeah.
There aren't 1,000 places they can play those characters.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Exactly. You know.
Yeah. When I was teaching acting at Harper College 100 years ago, I had a couple of students that had disabilities. Like one was missing the arm from here down, and she was really, really good. Mm-hmm. And I remember sitting down with her and her mom because she said, I mean, this kid really wanted to be an actress, and she said, "There's nobody that looks like me in anything. I know. I guess I'm gonna have to learn how to be a set person or a costumer." Mm-hmm. And I remember just feeling and talking to them about this, how my vision of it was, what does it matter? Just act through it. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
If you're an actor, you're an actor. Yeah, you might not get the role in a Michael Bay movie because looking for, I don't want the role in the Michael Bay movie. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing too. Like,
look at Peter Dinklage. That guy wouldn't have gotten work 30 years ago, and he's amazing.
Times are changing in some ways, and they're definitely not in others. They're extremely archaic in others, you know. But I've been running a special needs theater program for over 9 years, and what I'm really jazzed about it is we do good work, and I really enjoy that, and that we ask everyone to work. I don't accept anybody's worst work. I want your best work always, right? But my goal is that these young people should be able to walk out of my theater and go audition for the community theater, the professional theater down the way, and should be respected as peers, not as a pity project, right? Mm-hmm. You walk into that audition, you better come prepared, you better bring your A game, and you'll get cast because you're talented and have worth. It should not matter if you have Down syndrome. It should not matter if you have ADHD, autism. It shouldn't matter if you have CP or MS. It should matter what you brought to the table. And did you kick ass in that script? You did. There's the part.
Yeah, that's exactly how I look at it too. And I'm sure you do too.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
But the thing is this, here's the deal, guys. We're now opening these doors, right? Mm-hmm. So back in the day, we used to want these doors to be open. It's now up to us to open those doors.
Right.
What I think is ridiculous is you have so much innovation going on, like especially in the theater world. Like look at Hamilton, like look at the diversity of that cast. But then look at Hollywood, look at the recent Oscars. Look at the fact that the BBC just cast a movie about Michael Jackson and who they cast? Ralph Fiennes or something.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
What?
Although, you know what? Okay. There's two sides to that, but there's two sides to that. I agree. If you look at it as a whole, you go, well, yeah, they cast a white guy as Michael Jackson. But from what we're saying, why can't a white guy play Michael Jackson?
Because the opportunities are not there for
African-American
actors.
I get that. You know? I'm just saying this particular production, when I was reading about it, I kind of got the feeling like they were trying to be open-minded about what they did.
I guess to me, like, it goes back to like,
BBC is a different animal.
Those doors are already open. Those doors are already open. We don't need to open any more doors for more white guys to play parts that minorities could play. And that's, you know, there was this debacle recently on the Facebooks, which was not a debacle, about Hamilton asking for new auditionees to not be Caucasian to audition for the show. And people were up in arms, freaking out, screaming, burning down things. I'm like, sometimes a play tells a story in a certain way, and that's how it is. There are 100 shows. I could probably list for you 100 shows right now which require only white people.
Right.
That's it. Right. So one show that's just dominating and kicking ass everywhere is focused on ethnicity and diversity. Maybe it's okay, guys. Maybe you can go be in Wicked, and maybe you can go be in Billy Elliot. Maybe you can go be in the 100 other musicals that your skin color will get you cast over somebody else's skin color.
Right.
You know? So anyways, I think you can't take away race in casting. People have certain stories that are going to be told in certain ways.
Right. But that's why I said sometimes that is what the character needs to be.
Right.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and not always, right? But like, I like to point out the fact that like we could have had, even though the majority of movies feature a white protagonist. The majority of them do. Right. And there's no reason that you couldn't have had oh, this is sacrilege. Ray didn't have to be Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? Like, I loved Daisy. I thought she was marvelous. There's no reason that she had to be a Caucasian actor. You know what I'm saying? So, we could maybe move away from that a bit. That would be okay.
Yeah.
So,
Although in a case like that, from what I understand, he auditioned a wide variety of people.
Yeah.
And her audition just crushed.
She's amazing.
That's how she got it.
Yeah.
I'm with you on all of that.
Yeah. Man.
Boy, this turned into something other than what I expected.
Yeah.
So, all right.
We got deep.
I'm going to ask you a question. I'm gonna go. We're going back to the shallow end of things.
Okay.
That was way too heavy. Let's talk about fart jokes immediately.
So usually when I do these interviews, I've got a lot of like comic book artists, and I ask them like, "What's your top 3 comic books?" I'm going to do something different with both of you. Okay. We've already talked about plays and YouTube and all that. Huh? Top 3 fart jokes in Chinese.
Tough on P, wolf on P.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's for you. What's that day look like for you? Where are you going? What are the things you're going to do that day?
Oh man,
I know, isn't it the worst question?
I
thought of it today. I thought it was awesome.
I'm skipping the responsibilities I don't have.
Yeah. You got a
see.
Ferris Bueller day. You're going to go, because think about it. In that movie, he takes the day off and he's like, I'm going to have experience after experience.
Well,
Is it this season? Is it right now?
Yeah,
Right now.
What's happening? And we're in the same universe, so we're not in the universe where like everything I touch turns into cocaine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
No, we could be
Just
there.
wanted to check.
No, we'll do that question next.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Everything you touch, because that'd be an inconvenience. You'd be like, "What's up, car?" Oh no.
Yeah.
That would be really tough,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's a really hard thing to burden me with.
Right. No, I'm not going to do that.
I don't really feel
that's
that
when we
was
play
fair
Super
abuse
Fight later.
to
We'll do
burden me
that.
with that.
That's the worst. Yep.
So, okay, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Mhm.
You're putting together the day of experiences. It doesn't have to be right now. It can be, what's the day of experiences?
Can it be
Do you want
warm
to
out?
start?
No,
No.
though. Okay, that's all.
It can vary between blizzard and sunshine, just like today did every 10 minutes.
So weird.
Okay.
So weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You got it.
Who wants to go first?
Okay, sure. I'll
Yes,
start.
Vicky.
Okay.
Yes,
so,
and wait a minute, we're playing improv.
Yes, we are.
and
So I guess in the morning, I'll wake up and do what I love doing, which is look at my phone. And then I'll get out of bed.
be a rebel.
I'm
Yeah.
such a rebel. I'll get out of bed, and then I really like going to the mall when there's not as many people there. So I'll go to the mall in the morning, which will be
Sure.
awesome.
Watch out for the grandmas who are running very, very. Oh,
Is it
power
open?
walking. The power walking grandmas.
Is it
Like-
open?
Watch
Good
out.
grandmas
Whoa.
going power walking.
Yes.
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 Don't bump my mom.
Yeah. She will throw you. in
Don't
a
worry,
Foot
I'll
Locker.
probably be like 50 feet behind you, like struggling to keep up. I went hiking with my parents in Greece. I was the last person on the trail. I was about 50 meters behind everybody. There was an 80-year-old woman who was ahead of me. So
That happens.
Have
that's
you
a
ever
sad
hiked with
story.
Germans?
No.
They take hiking like to a whole different level. There, by the way, just maybe watch out for that.
They
Great.
take just
I'm going to
about
try
everything to a whole
hiking with a
different level.
German next. That'll
Yes.
be my next thing.
That'll teach you.
Like honestly, for me, like a day playing hooky or whatever is literally like laying in bed watching Netflix. And
So
stuff.
that's your experiences. Okay, Orion, you're the worst. Orion,
I know.
let's hear it. Your
All
day
right.
of experiences. Let's hear it.
I would get up like I always do at 7 in and run
Look at
around
my
the house talking
phone.
to
I lay
lizards.
around the couch.
No, I bounce out of bed. I would immediately annoy my wife, as I am constantly doing. Yep. I would go running because I really enjoy running, and then I would wake Angela up if she's still sleeping because that's what she's doing. It's Saturday, right? And I'd I'd get the lizard out of the cage and put it on her head, and then see if she wakes up with that, and then she would, and she would not be annoyed because that's the really cool thing about her, and then. Yeah, and then it's gonna be warm out, right? So we're gonna go out for brunch. We're gonna go to Chief O'Neill's for the Irish brunch. We're gonna have that. It's gonna be great. We don't want to move, but that's okay because I brought a blanket. We're gonna go to the park. We're gonna lay in the sunshine, and then we're gonna read a Christopher Moore book while we're laying in the sunshine, and we're gonna sit there until we fall asleep. We're gonna wake up 3 hours later on. Realize there's nothing left to do. We're gonna continue sleeping, and then we're gonna go get a massage over that cool massage place I know about, and then we're gonna go sailing at sunset, and then I think that's all we've got planned for.
I forgot about the fact that I like to drink.
Yeah.
So go
Oh.
to a bar at some point.
Yeah,
You lick it up and watch Netflix.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
And then at 8 o'clock, we're going to meet up with Vicky and we're going to watch Firefly for a couple hours.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the plan.
Love it.
Why do I think she likes Firefly too?
I was.
I think we got her on Buffy. I think we got her on Firefly, right?
And
Hooray.
everything.
Yep.
Hooray. I think it's relaxing. I think
All I'm going to say, you don't say is singing Dunkashane and a parade,
I move,
crashing a Ferrari.
Yeah, I move at really high speeds all the time. So for me, days off are me slowing down. So that's something I try to do when I have the opportunities. I just like try to hey, and now you'll breathe. So yeah.
Well, it's not like when you're in like China or something and you're like 5 hours away from some like 1,000-year-old temple. I mean, like, I'm sure there's a lot of cool stuff in Chicago, but there's also Netflix.
Mouse House Cheese House is about 2 hours away, so that's...
I'm horrible. I'm a vegan.
No cheese for you?
Yeah, no cheese for me.
I'm dairy-free, no cheese for me either.
Oh my God, I'm so glad I'm not either one of you.
I went there.
You were plugging something.
We went there recently. We took Molly there, and we're walking around, and they're taking samples. And there was one, no, I'm not vegan, but there was one tray that had sausage, but they hadn't cut the sausage, and it was just sitting there. And I'm like, please, God, cut that sausage. I didn't get to try anything there.
I'm so sorry, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I almost stole the sausage.
I think
I was that close.
sounds like my sophomore year in college. So anyway, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, so that was that question.
Yeah.
So we're I don't want to run out of time. I want to ask a couple more questions.
Okay.
So, all right. This is actually going to go into your Netflix thing.
Oh, great.
Because yesterday you posted that you were watching that IFC show.
Documentary Now. Yes.
And I thought, you know what? I want to ask you, what would you say are the shows people should be watching? We do a show called Binge Worthy where we talk about stuff like that. I've been watching The Blue Jean Committee is the greatest thing I've ever seen on Documentary Now. But what would you give us 3 shows everybody should jump on either Hulu or Netflix and watch?
Okay, well, yeah, I just discovered Documentary Now. Netflix thought I would like it, and Netflix was right. So yeah, definitely, that one's fun. They spoof all sorts of documentary genres. It's Bill Hader, Fred Armisen, like, just, it's amazing. Let's see, what else? Oh man, it's tough because like I watch so much stuff, but I'm like, wait, what do I watch?
Spit out 2 more.
I watched all 7 seasons of 30 Rock.
I'm watching that right now for my first time.
It's so good.
It's so much fun.
Yes.
I laugh all the time.
Really? I watched the first episode.
You did it.
I thought it was all right. I bet I just watched the first episode.
You should watch
and
more.
Keep going.
That's all we got through.
We gotta keep going.
Try it again.
Okay. Well,
Um,
we will.
and
We're
my-
watching Girls right
Have
now.
wine.
Which is, my God, I love it.
Really?
My God.
Okay.
There's a classic
The
comedy.
writing
A
is
classic
so
comedy
good
up
on
there.
it.
Oh, lighting. Oh, talk about that. What's the guy? The good boy? Is it the good boy they have?
That third gaffer is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you
Ooh,
go.
best boy.
Yeah.
Best boy. Yes.
Boy, that's it.
All right. So
Yeah.
anyway.
And then the last one, I'm just gonna go with like my favorite show ever, and I'm gonna say Arrested Development.
No, good choice.
Good choice.
Thank you.
Do you like the Netflix one, the 4th season?
No, that one was horrible, and I
Something's
pretended
off
it
with
didn't
that.
happen. Well, it was because they couldn't get everyone together at the same time to film.
Yeah. So they had shots where it had like everybody, but you could tell they were all kind of like CG'd in.
Well, it was just like, yeah, so that's why they had to
kinda
tell
weird.
the story in the
Yeah.
way they did.
But they are doing
and-
another season.
And I hope that they do it better.
Me too. All right. Orion, same question. Give us 3.
I really.
You watch stuff, so don't act like you don't.
Yeah, but I don't watch things that are current. I'm like
He
so
watches
far
a lot of
behind.
1970s
I don't care.
vintage
You could say
porno.
Astro Boy from the 50s.
Mostly Chuck Norris movies. No, I watch. I
It
really.
can be movies
I
too.
really enjoyed Sense8. I just finished it.
Oh, okay.
It was
Great show.
astounding. It's bold. It's sharp. It takes no prisoners. It makes no apologies.
No, and the writing is brilliant on
It's
it.
fantastic.
Yeah, everything.
Again, as someone who is a fan of the LGBT community and wants to support that, there's doing some really bold things in that show, and they work. The main character's trans. I think it's fantastic. I love it. So there's that. I love Franny Fisher. I'm still working through. You know Franny Fisher?
What's
Well,
that?
guys, let's talk about
Is
Franny
this-
Fisher. Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries.
Yeah.
Let's just talk
I've
about this
heard
for a
of
minute.
those.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
talking my mom's language.
Well, no, dude. What I'm talking about, that's the problem. Is that's what they think, but she's James Bond, only a woman in Australia in the 1920s, late 30s.
Wait, did you just post something about this?
I don't know. She's my hero.
I saw something about this and I went, I marked it off like I gotta watch this.
It's phenomenal. So she knows the martial arts. She has many gentleman collars, but she's never shamed for it. Just like James Bond's never shamed for like sleeping with 100
Right.
women, right? She has all the gentleman collars. She enjoys hanging out with them. She dresses fantastically. She carries a golden gun. She knows kung fu and solves all the mysteries, right? She's totally awesome. It's the same lady who plays lead in Babadook, by the way.
Okay.
So yeah. So on the one
Is the
third.
Babadook in it though? Nope.
But 1/3 of the costume, I mean, 1/3 of the money of the show is spent on her costume. She looks amazing. It's incredible. It's just like Castle. If Castle and James Bond had a baby. I'm just thinking about that for a second. Anyways, and they had a baby, and it was
Well, if it was directed by the Wachowskis, that might happen.
that could happen. Yeah. Oh, it's marvelous stuff. And again, as a hetero dude who likes things that blow up and whatnot, it's phenomenal, guys. It's super awesome, and it's been. And cynicism, and it's mean, and I don't like it.
The first one, the Tartakovsky, whatever his name is, Tartakovsky, the one who did the very first Clone Wars, they were like 5-minute cartoons.
Yeah,
those are fantastic.
Those are great. Yep.
That's why when this started, I was like, oh, this might be. Nope.
So there's that.
What about House of Cards? Did you watch that?
So this is me watching House of Cards, season 1. Whoa, season 2. Whoa, season 3. Blah, blah, blah. That's it.
Are you gonna watch season 4?
I
liked season 4. They actually started talking about politics in season 4.
Oh, did they?
Weird, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
I just think he's Lex Luthor whenever I've seen that show.
If you make him Lex
Luthor, it's a lot better.
I like that Superman movie, and I like that Lex Luthor.
You like that? So
I did.
Nobody likes that.
It's you and me. So far, we're the only ones in the world who watched Jonah Hex and that film, Superman.
Best films of that year.
So you mean
and he wrote this piece about it, and you read it, and you're like, he's spot on. Because I was a big fan, and I'm like, I don't get why people hate this.
Yeah.
Plus the music, they used the music from the Christopher Reeves. I thought it was better than the Christopher Reeves because it's more coherent.
Yes, agreed. Good talk. Okay. Good talk.
Good talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Good talk.
So tell people what you've got coming up, Vicki.
What do I have?
And where they can find you and all that.
Just, check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com. Just search my name, Vicki Eisenstein. My channel will pop right up.
Or Eisenstein Effect.
Eisenstein Effect.
I found that.
The Lunch Crunch, whatever you want to do on there. My Twitter is at Vicki Ironstone, because which in German means Ironstone.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
You're
well,
like
Eisenstein wouldn't fit with everything. So I also do the Instagram.
This is the thing that makes me the craziest. Definitely give like a thumbs up
Please.
when you like it. That makes a huge difference. And share it. I try to do that when I watch stuff on YouTube. If I see something I like, I try to share it because that's how people that are doing this get their stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me crazy as somebody that creates new media and people are like, I love your stuff. I've never seen you share it. I've never seen it go anywhere.
Yeah, it's so weird when you talk to
Orion.
someone and they tell you about an episode and you're like, you watch my stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
I have no idea sometimes with people. Yeah.
We had kind of a stalker at C2E2. I'm kidding. He wasn't a stalker. But it's a guy who has seen us. He's only seen us live. He hasn't listened to our shows.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like been in things we've done live. And like I'll walk by and he's like, Rob. And I turn every time I'm like, oh, and he's like, I love your stuff. He's only seen us do live. It's so weird.
So he'll never hear this right now.
He'll never hear it. So
you
I
can say whatever you
funny
want.
hair
Yeah.
and no, and a lip.
If you were going to compare him to an animal, but like kind of with that connotation.
Oh, you want me to? A platypus.
Platypus.
Yep. That's my. That's close. So if you had to make Bill into an animal, what animal is Bill?
Oh man, just got
Can you do it? Yeah. Just what is he?
Polar bear.
I thought about
polar bear.
Yeah.
All right. He does smell like fish. Right. And I shook his hand and it was very cold. And clammy, yes.
I was gonna go with not a sea lion. What's the like the leopard
Walrus?
seals? Leopard
No.
seals, right?
Leopard
Isn't that one with the white faces and they got the fur and they're no, not a
That was
cat.
the
Like
most
the
accurate
Loch Ness
description. If you could make that a
Monster?
Facebook profile,
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a meerkat. No, they're the ones and they're down in like the Arctic. And the
Hulu.
sharks try to bite their butts.
Chumley. You mean Chumley?
Oh no, they chase penguins. They-
Chase dolphins.
Leopard seal. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not insane. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Leopard
People
seal.
with bad? Okay.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
Maybe seal walks into a
Vicky,
club.
why'd you have to make that
She's so
joke?
mean.
All right.
No.
Too soon. I'm never too soon. I usually do it as things are happening.
No.
Don't be around me in a plane crash. Funny. All right. So that's it. Thank you, guys. Oh, all right. You didn't give your
gave
stuff.
the plug.
That's
Yeah.
cool, man.
Plug it out, Orion.
I have a lot coming up. Let's see. We have some great new stage combat classes coming up end of April. We have the very last 3 days of April. We have a lightsaber course. We have a self-defense class for performers and late-night commuters. And that's free. It's pay what you want, and all the money goes to a charity, goes to women's shelter. And then we have our Bartitsu course, our Sherlock Holmes Kingsman cane fighting. So there's 3 days of stage combat. Well, 1 day of stage combat, 1 day of actual self-defense, and 1 day of stage combat coming end of April. You can find that on the Edge Theater Facebook page or the Edge Youth Theater page. We have a brand new session of homeschool classes coming up, which we really are doing Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies for my teens, and we are doing a brand new adaptation of Alice in Wonderland for my main ensemble. So, yeah, it's gonna be phenomenal. I'm really excited about that. That's with Bill Daniel writing the script again, so I'm really excited about that. Yeah, and then we have all kinds of cool classes. We have all kinds of fun stage combat. We're doing Quidditch. We're doing a Quidditch tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Quidditch tournament for charity. So we have 3 teams. We're asking the community to come out, put a team. All the money is going to the 2 organizations that I support, which is Ups or Downs, which is based in Schaumburg, and Down in the South, which is another similar program down in Tinley Park. So we're going to so much fun together, and that's going to be at a park in Chicago. So they'll be coming out that on the Edge Facebook page as well. EdgeOfRyan.com is my my website. And again, if we're a 501c3, so if you do want to get involved making a difference in young people's lives, especially particularly in marginalized communities, particularly people with special needs and homeschoolers, let us know. Also, if you're a homeschool in the Chicago area within a 2-hour driving radius, or if you're looking for a new special needs program within a 2-hour driving radius of Chicago, we're looking to expand. We octupled our business last year. We have a whole bunch of teachers. We want to help. Let us know. Come find us.
Excellent. And just to be clear, it's Edge Youth Theater is the easiest. So if you type that in, you're going to find all this stuff there. And I'm gonna say something about the Quidditch thing because Orion and I have been talking about this.
It's gonna be so cool.
So actually, I'm gonna step back. This is outside of our interview for a second.
Ooh.
Because you both are friends with me on Facebook.
Yeah.
I started a thing a little over a week ago, where I'm putting dreams down. And I just keep every day putting down a different dream. And it's been awesome. People are writing all these dreams in there. It's
cool.
so cool. I love it. And it's actually, I don't know, I'm going to ruin it soon. Trust me. But like I do. Anyway. Yes. Anyway, one of the dreams that I had on there is documentary this year. Well, that's what I talked to Orion about. I want to make a documentary about this Quidditch event. So, in order for me to make this documentary, we do this.
Yeah.
So, that guy right there is going to do one. He's going to get his
Barista
friends.
in the
I want to
house.
put together a either Southgate Media Group team or a live Blue Box team. But we need teams. And once we have teams, I can make the documentary about this, which we're going to put on Vicky's favorite thing, YouTube.
There you go. Cool.
Yeah, screw doing it anywhere else. We're going to shoot the thing, edit it down, and make it a YouTube.
It's gonna be
I love
sweet.
it.
Yeah.
So I had to step out of it just for a second because that is one of my dreams. And when I say dreams, like it's not goals, it's not to-dos. These are dreams. These are things you wake up and you're thinking all these little things, and it just kind of goes together, and you go, "This is a real dream."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a shared dream now.
We do.
And now we have a shared
great.
dream.
That's part of like thing.
That's
Following
reality.
the law of attraction.
Yeah.
Do you have a dream board?
I don't. I just have an Oprah that I pin things on.
Oh, that's smart too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a dream Oprah.
That's cool.
You should
I
put
That's
dig
a
some
it.
deep
bread on
cut
her.
joke only for Oprah fans. Yeah, that's right. I just put them on Facebook. tack it on there. My monitor's ruined now.
No, I'm a really big believer that like the term that has allowed me to have the career that I have is manifest your own reality. Like if you don't make these things happen, who's gonna? So like,
Totally agree.
If you want to teach lightsaber, if you want to be in a talk show in Korea, if you want to do your own media podcast,
if you want to be in some creepy hotel room shaving your legs for money,
that's what
you can make it a
selling out
reality.
your friends, man.
I didn't
Keep
realize I
selling
had
them
that
out.
dream until now. I've
Yeah.
shaved my own legs on TV Dream.
I'm just going to bring Man Groomer and do it.
Yeah.
And we'll see if anyone pays for that.
Yeah.
All right. Is that it?
I don't know. I had a great
Is
time.
that it? All right. Thank you. Thank you, Vicki.
for
Thank you,
having
O'Brien.
us
This was
on.
so much
It
fun.
was fun.
Thank you, Blue Box. We'll be back in a moment with Trivia Mayhem.